I'm going to try and use my power of incorrect predictions for good instead of evil. I will boldly, proudly, with my whole chest state that Bloodborne 2 will not be revealed at the Game Awards. A statement I didn't even think needed to be uttered, but the hopium, it's overflowing right now. The cup runneth over here for people to see Bloodborne 2 at the Game Awards next week because Jeff Keighley posted a wacky statue, which does look very cool. It's a very aesthetically pleasing little doodad there, a little doohickey. And then there was a reply to it with a bunch of like redacted information, like it was fucking Epstein files there at the Game Awards. And this sent people into a frenzy trying to find ways to brute force Bloodborne into it to make it seem like this is confirmation it'll be Bloodborne 2. I don't buy into it at all. Would love to be wrong, though I'm going to tell you, I'm batting with a tremendous record right now when it comes to my predictions on Bloodborne 2 not being real and probably never being real, at least not for many more moons to come. But anyway, let me show you the statue. Let me show you the Game Awards riddle around it so you can start forming your own thoughts on what it could be. And then I want to tell you a little new piece of information that dropped this morning, a little tidbit that I think would be so fucking embarrassing if this actually is the reveal. But you know what would be even more embarrassing? If people found out you didn't shower using Cheeky soap. It's the best soap in the universe. What are you waiting for? And right now is the perfect time around the holiday season because Queso and I just got our collab soap out. We got the Naughty and Nice. So go to usecheeky.com right now and really upgrade your hygiene game. Yes, I want to talk about the Jeff Keighley cryptic tweet that a lot of people are speculating could be a reference to Half-Life 3, to Bloodborne 2, and all that. So it's this right here. I already talked about it when it got posted. It's that right there, but the Game Awards replied with this. The blank are silent, blank bleeds, new blank stir. And that right there has been a bomb in the Bloodborne hopium community. It's a very cool statue, by the way. Very cool. They do this every year. Not really to this degree. There's never been a year where I thought, maybe it could be Bloodborne until now. And even then, I still don't really think that. I just think if someone's going to go this hard for, like, teasing an announcement, it's either gotta be something people have been begging for a long time, or a delusional company that's about to just beclown themselves in front of the entire Game Awards and God. Like, imagine this is all just an announcement for some, like, fucking shovelware gacha game or something. It's definitely not going to be Elder Scrolls. If you want to know what I think it is, and I don't think anyone's going to be, like, necessarily pleased, I think it's Saros. So, if you look at Saros, and this is a game that's got, like, a lot of meat behind it, and it looks like a cool game. I think it's this. They've already teased this game before. The style of that statue is kind of similar. I think it's probably going to be Saros. And I also don't know how this would have, like, applied to Bloodborne, other than the reach of, like, New Blood Stir or something. Moon Bleeds or whatever. I just do not think it's Bloodborne 2. But do you really think they would do all this marketing for a game that's already announced? Seems like a waste. Brother, it's the video game industry. Of course they would. They do all kinds of nonsensical shit. The hunters are silent. It could be. I'm kidding, it won't be. I'm still very confident this is not Bloodborne. I don't even think the style really looks all that Bloodborne-esque. This would be a crazy departure from the aesthetic of Bloodborne. It literally has to be Duskbloods. See, Duskbloods I could definitely see. Since we don't know a ton about it, it is FromSoft, so they'd probably go hog wild for it. I could definitely see it being Duskbloods. Diablo 4, maybe. That would be the most deflating shit. That'd be worse than a gacha game announcement. If they're just announcing a new patch. All we know for sure is that it's not God of War, Elder Scrolls 6, or Diablo. All those have been debunked. Unless it's a red herring. Just like when they said they weren't going to show us a Silent Hill trailer at the PlayStation Now like 6 months ago, and then they did at the end as a bait and switch. Diablo 4 Season 11 goes live on December 11th, 8:30 PST, right after the Game Awards. Take that as you will. God, that is going to be the most foolish fucking thing if this actually is Diablo 4. So now, what if I told you that there is quite a bit of meat behind the theory that this statue is related to the Lords of the Fallen? For those that don't remember, Lords of the Fallen, well, the original Lords of the Fallen was one of the worst Souls-like games for its time. That shit blew major ass. I even replayed that a few years back when I was going through like my Souls marathon, and I just couldn't finish it. It was too goddamn awful. They reignited that franchise 2 years ago with The Lords of the Fallen, and when this puppy released, let me tell you, it came to an overwhelming cacophony of meh. The reception was that the game was okay, it was mid. I played it on release and it was clunky with a lot of problems, but it had some interesting ideas. Over the course of the last couple of years, they've released like 70 or something updates to it to try and put lipstick on that pig, and as I understand it, it is much better now than it was when it came out. So hats off to them for putting in the effort to make it better. I haven't gone through and tested it myself, but I'll trust people's words that it is in a much better state now than it was when it released. But even still, I don't know how strong the Lords of the Fallen community is to be salivating to such a degree that they would commit to this, like, big marketing push, this, like, cryptic thing, all to reveal more Lords of the Fallen content on its way. I feel like if that is the case, and I'll show you the evidence here, the audience will be silent. Like, even fans of Lords of the Fallen are saying, like, this would be pretty underwhelming if it's you guys doing this. Because, like, again, even though the game's in a better state now, it's not exactly something that people have been dreaming about, fucking soiling their britches hoping for, and getting, like, this really big, like, mystery ahead of the Game Awards where some big things do get revealed. It would feel very, like, if it is Lords of the Fallen 2. Anyway, though, they posted this tweet, "Something stirs within, ready to rupture," and people were quick to notice that something stirs within so soon after the Game Awards thing. Well, that's a little odd considering stirs is there as well. And the aesthetic of the statue does match the aesthetic in Lords of the Fallen. Also, the way Jeff Keighley initially tweeted, "Regal inspiring thickness," is very similar to how Lords of the Fallen tweeted, "Executions, tentacles, rotting corpses," all things also present on that statue. There is also mention on their Twitter of blood and bleeding. They like to use the word bleed a lot. So there are some things that seem to suggest this could be Lords of the Fallen related. But nothing concrete, nothing confirmed, but that right now seems to be the leading theory. And if that is the case, wow, what a letdown that will be. Like, I hope Lords of the Fallen 2 will be great and a huge improvement on the first one. But man, to get like everyone's hopes up that this could be something that we've been waiting for a long time, only to have it be Lords of the Fallen 2, would be such a shame. I feel like there'd be very few people that would find that satisfying if that's the reveal. I don't think there's gonna be fucking people pumping their fist, "Oh yeah!" or anything like that. But we'll see. Again, it's not confirmed to be Lords of the Fallen 2. This could still very well be something else, something big. But I don't think it's going to be any of, like, the crazy pie-in-the-sky ones. I don't think it's going to be Bloodborne 2. I think there's a fucking 0% chance of that. I think I'll probably hit a growth spurt before that game ever comes out. I don't think this is Half-Life 3 related at all. And I don't think this is Elder Scrolls related either. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a bit. That's it. See ya.